Hello, everybody. Good morning, Monday. You know how Mondays are. Well, I just experienced one Monday. Everything went wrong when I was trying to set this up. Okay, so listen, here's a story I read over the weekend. It was on YouTube, and they're claiming that Trump wants to declare martial law on April 20th. I don't know what the significance of that is, that he gave them 90 days to do something and they didn't do it, so now he's going to declare martial law. I don't know how easy that is for him to do. I don't know if it's ever been done before. Probably like during World War II or something like that. After Pearl Harbor, he wants to put which means federal troops will be on the streets. Well, if they're on our streets, they're not on somebody else's streets overseas, so then you'll see all our enemies making moves over there. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. Why people are sitting around and just taking this. Politicians, especially the Democrats, aren't doing anything. I don't expect the Republicans to do it, even the moderates that are in place, because they're all scared shitless of this guy. They're afraid that Trump and his friends will crash the economy. Well, if you're afraid of that, start selling your shit, because it's going to happen one way or the other. Not martial law I'm talking about. I'm talking about the crashing of the economy. It's just going to happen. That's just the way it is. Trump is not sitting there and saying that this is going to be a great thing. Trump is sitting there saying the hell is burning in here? Okay, my wife is cooking lunch. He wants Greenland and Mexico and everybody down to Panama. For some reason, he's not trying to get into Colombia yet, but I'm sure that'll happen. He wants all of North and South America to be his, to govern. The natural resources that are available to him down there. Of course, China has a big influence down here. So does France, in the fact that France is involved in a lot of the retail operations down here. They've got companies stationed here. Germany, of course, has been in Argentina since World War II, and Brazil. So I'm not really sure how he's going to go about it, but that's what he wants, and he'll give Putin and Xi whatever they want and tell them they have to take care of little Kim. So we'll see how that works out. I just don't understand that, really, the purpose of that, because if you declare martial law, you're actually declaring war on the American people. I don't believe that the military has the capability, with being the size of our country, to occupy it. Okay? Can they go along and get what they did in Germany? Have everybody spying on everybody else, like they did in Russia. That only works to a certain degree. Once you get everybody not to trust everybody, then they can go around and prove that people are trustworthy a lot easier, because they know who not to trust. Does that make any sense? I doubt it, but that's the way it goes. I'm not going to be alive to see that. Probably, I don't know. It might happen next year. If it happens in April, I'll see it. I won't be happy about it, but he can do away with whatever he wants, and he will create two classes of people: billionaires and poor people. Now here's where I get confused about this. If you take away the purchasing power of the average of an American, who's going to buy your shit? And what good is all your money if you got no place to spend it? So what they're saying is that they're not going to be spending money on us, and they don't care what we do with our money, because they're going to be spending it back and forth amongst themselves. In a dumb game of Monopoly, so to speak, you know? Yeah, I've seen movies where they've done martial law and whatnot, and I don't know how that works out over the long, but it doesn't look to be successful. They always seem to fail when they try to be totalitarians. I mean, Russia has had its internal problems before Putin came over, and Putin is basically the oligarchs, the money people. And now that can disappear tomorrow morning. That's not a how do you say that? That's not a new government. That's the same old government. You gotta. The thing about politicians is that they'll be useless. So what he's going to do is he's going to do away with the Congress and the Senate and everything else with martial law. Now I don't know whether martial law can do that. I really don't. I don't know the extent that he can use martial law to just simply take over the United States government and be a one-man leader. If that's the case, somebody will shoot him soon, I hope. He won't live long. You see, here's another thing I was thinking about over the weekend. This is where my fantasy mind goes, all right? Trump keeps talking about a third term. In order for him to be successful in a third term, or assuming that they have an election for a third term, which I don't think he can win, but let's say he fixes it or something anyhow. So anyhow, the deal is he has to get rid of two people right away. J.D. Vance, whose ambitions are to be another Trump, and Elon Musk, whose ambitions extend to Mars and back. He's not just wants to be the ruler of the world. He wants to be the emperor of the universe. So you have to get rid of those two people somehow, and that doesn't mean transferring them out of your circle or anything. That means death, as far as I'm concerned. That he'd have to kill them both to be able to successfully get a third term, because I don't think Vance is going to wait that long, and Musk will piss him off before that. I'm surprised Musk hasn't really pissed off Trump yet, but Trump's got a very fragile ego. And, I once told him, or I didn't tell him, I posted, I don't know who he was trying to fight. He wanted to have a fist fight with Biden or somebody, or Hillary, I don't know who it was, and I voted, and I was the same age as he was, and I said, I'll take that fight. Because I look at his chest size and know he has to swing wide. While he's doing that, I'll be pounding his heart with heart punches, and he won't last the fight, So, don't know. But that's an interesting thing I was thinking about with the third term. And it would be very simple for him to do once he declares martial law, because under martial law, he is the law. He is the ultimate law. Not Musk, not Vance, nobody, just him. And that's what he wants. And I don't see him surviving that, physically or mentally or any otherwise, Excuse me. I just think it's something that'll forego the end of him. And then it's the Republican Party. Once he's gone, then it's very easy for you to attack the Republican Party. Once you alleviate the three monsters in the room, hear no evil, speak no evil, do no evil. Once you get rid of those three, the reshaping the government back to democracy becomes not easier, or not automatic, but it becomes easier to do. Because there'll be somebody fighting for Vance's role. There'll be people wanting to replace Donald, and of course the issue of who gets what part of Musk's money. You know, I don't know how that worked out. I'm sure he's got a plan. Must have a plan, because I think he realizes you're not going to live forever. And if I read this correctly, that being in space ages you faster. So living on Mars you wouldn't live as long on Mars as you would live down here. Technically, I think. I don't know. I have to look that up again. It's not so much years, because years are different. Years are governed by the rotation of the planet and whatnot, our calendars. So I don't think that changes. I don't think time changes that much if you go live on Mars. And it would be much easier for people to get rid of him on Mars than it would be down here. Ask Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, that's it. See you tomorrow.